is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure of the Bearded Bobber. I'm Bearded, she's the Bobber. And on today's adventure, we are talking about the Bobber, this beautiful 2018 Indian Scout Bobber. Thunder Black smoke with ABS brakes. You guys already know I love this bike. It's like we're gonna find a good spot to go ahead and get off the bike, do a little nice video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, we found a beautiful location to fit this beautiful bike. Let's start with pros, because there's more pros than cons, I think. The bike runs beautifully. They took the Indian Scout, which is a beautiful running bike with a great motor, and they chopped it up and made this. And what was left to me is fantastic. I've never seen a bike and wanted it more than I did with this bike. Of course, now I see every bike and want every bike. Indian Chieftain, you're next, you know, or a Victory. I don't know. There's a few bikes out there that I'd really like to get, but I'm not getting rid of the Bobber. It's a very smooth running bike. It's got a lot of power. It feels really good. I ride the freeway a lot, so having all that stuff really works for me. This motor is super aggressive with this RCX exhaust, and people do notice me, which, you know, loud pipes save lives, and everybody believes that, but when I see people get out of the way and not crowding my lane, definitely makes me feel a lot better. Things I've added to make the bike better for me is this back seat. Let's go ahead and do the cons list real quick. How about that? No. The seat. Everybody has a con on this seat, but for me, adding this definitely made it where I didn't slip back, and there's really no lip on this seat, and that's just the way it goes. You got to go with that Bobber lip. I added the bag. I do use it for work, like I was saying, so it's nice to be able to carry a few items with me and not always have to have a backpack or a tank bag, especially with this flat paint. It's easy to see little scuffs and whatnot, so I have that sealant I use to always try to keep it clean. That's the biggest problem with this paint, is keeping it clean. At 3,000 miles, I have no mechanical issues. My tire's getting a little wear, and I'll post pictures of that. I've added the little pegs. Should have a picture right there, and that's really about it. I'd say, you know, normal cons like everybody else: the seat, the shocks, the gas tank. I love the way it looks. I wish it held more fuel. It looks like it holds more fuel, and then you actually fill it up, and most of the time when when my light comes on, it's at like 2.7 gallons. So there's really not a lot of fuel, and I do want to go on bigger rides, so I will end up getting a bigger bike. But when you look at that tank, yeah, a little misleading, but I mean, I understand engineer-wise, it's amazing. That's pretty much it. Let's get back on the road. All right, guys. Before we fully wrap up, let me get close on a few things here. I want to give you from my perspective, keeping this cam on, so I can actually get a little closer detail. Now, when I'm actually filming this part, it's at 3,157 miles. I put another 125 miles on it since the video, since that other part of the video. Now, this is the foot pegs I was talking about. Very comfortable. A little big depending on your boots. At 3,100 miles, this right here is getting a little rough and cracked. For the most part, it's garage kept, except for when I'm at work. Let's see. A little wear right here on the seat. Right here. Don't know if it's the same on the other side. Let's check it out. Yeah, a little bit right there too. And then this back tire, you can see, not terrible. I know some people that have been replacing them at 2,300 miles. I mainly do highway. I've been doing a little bit of canyon stuff, windy roads, nothing too fancy. You can see I still got knobs, but yeah, not terrible. I'm going to be going to the Michelin Commander 2s, like I was saying. It's a good mileage tire for me. I'm not going out there and doing track stuff and craziness. I'd like to do some track stuff, but that front tire is still doing pretty good. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back on the road. Beautiful shot of the bridge right here that we were just on, with the Mentone Dam right there back. I mean, I was not on that bridge. I actually wasn't. I stayed in front of it. I didn't want to put the bobber on that. I don't know how strong it is, if it's only for bicycles now. All right. The best thing about this bike is actually getting out and riding it. As much as I love her curves and how sexy she is, she just screams to be ridden. I can't help but answer. Alright, so you guys know, if you've got a bobber, I'm pretty sure you're already in love with it. I've only seen it maybe 2 or 3 people in forums that, traded my bobber in today. I love the bike, but it just wasn't big enough for me, so I got the Chief, or the Chief Dark Horse, you know, different things like that. Those are beautiful bikes, but man, this bike just romps, and it's handles, it's smooth, it's so well balanced. I got so many good things I can say about this bike. Not a lot of cons. I gave you my guys' con list. The suspension could be better. The front dips a little bit when you're shifting. I know there's a couple people out there that end up changing the shocks in the front forks, but I don't know if I'll ever do that. It feels good to me. You know, of course, I'm probably gonna ride somebody's that did it and go, oh shit, I should have done this a long time ago. But that's, you know, hearsay for now. Alright guys, well that was my review on the 2018 Indian Scout Bobber. You already know I love this bike, and if you follow me on social media, you know I really love this bike. Gets more pictures than some people's kids. Alright, well if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job. Hit subscribe, I got more videos coming out soon. And like always, most of all YouTube, stay safe, stay classy.